the panel, the three judges, for looking at our case dispassionately, looking at it from the point of law. Dino came with 70 witnesses, 71 witnesses, and about 70 of them said the election was free and fair. You know, these were people whom Dino himself brought to court to come and witness, to come and testify that the election was not free and fair, there was violence. There was no violence in Kogi West. The only violence that happened was in Dino's compound. And what he did, you know, he is somebody who is well knowledgeable about propaganda. He sponsored quite a number of people on the internet, and they were tarnishing the image of the state, that, oh, it was marred with violence. They came out with the theory that there was an helicopter. There was nothing like that. What happened was that they knew where they were not on ground. They were politicians on the internet. There's a difference between politicians who are with the people and the politicians who are on the internet, okay? Now, from what the judges have seen, Dino himself couldn't prove those allegations. He brought witnesses. Those witnesses said the election was free and fair. So I want to thank God that in Nigeria we still have judges of very high integrity who will look at issues based on the fact before them, on the merits of it, not on propaganda war. They look at it and they came to the conclusion that Dino had no case. And don't forget that myself and Dino was my political houseboy. I brought Dino up, okay? Now, Dino, I'm sure by this judgment, he will now understand that the master is the master. Dino can decamp. We want Dino can come to APC if he so desire, okay? But I want Dino to know that once beaten, twice shy. Dino is not our match. Dino doesn't have the credibility. He doesn't have the antecedent to become a senator. It's by through corruption that he matched. A senator must be somebody of great antecedent, somebody with impeccable character and intelligence. A senator is a man who has seen it all and he wants a change for his society, for his nation. Okay? You'll be coming from a rich background to come to the Senate. That is why it is called the upper chamber. Dino had never run a Coca-Cola shop before. He had never applied to work anywhere before. And that manifested in his character. Okay? In Kogi West, the only thing we lack is that we lack illiterates. Our dogs are educated, our animals are educated. That's the level of our education in Kogi West. So somebody like Dino shouldn't have emerged as a senator. It's corruption that brought Dino to office. And that explains why in the last election he was equally rejected. Okay? Dino never worked anywhere. Dino can be best described as president of the area boys. And you can see what it is. He's a jester, okay? He's a comedian, he's a jester, okay? So I'm not surprised that we defeated him in the first instance. Okay, he was not just on ground. Don't forget that Dino came to the election 5 days to the election. He was nowhere then. This last election, Dino came in 5 days to that election. How would Dino have emerged? How will he have won the election? Can you, in your sincerity or purpose, prefer Dino to be your senator in your state? Dino is not a man of any integrity. He's a charlatan. He's a jester. Okay? And I want you to know that I am his master. I brought him to politics. I sponsored him. And I remain his master. Dino is my political houseboy. And this judgment has further reconfirmed to Dino that I'm his political houseboy. Have you seen the judgment? Go through the content of the judgment. The judges came to a conclusion that there was no case before them, that Dino's petition lacked merit. They said there was no evidence before them. You can't go to appeal and manufacture evidence. So appeal is not where you go and manufacture evidence. But he said something.
So you are prepared for the appeal?
Well, more than they're not to prepare. The facts are there. The only thing is that he said something which he was quoted just about an hour ago, that whatever money cannot really do at the tribunal, that more money will do it at the appeal. So we are waiting for him. Let him go to appeal. But looking at the content of the judgment, you don't have to be a lawyer to know that somebody doesn't have a case. Okay? Your appeal is not where you start the case all over. Your evidences must be provided. You have a bundles of evidence. You bring it to the tribunal. After you present your evidence in the tribunal, you cannot go and manufacture fresh document to the appeal. So I don't know what is taken to appeal, but we are prepared for appeal. But bear one thing in mind, that we still have judges of high integrity. They have looked at this case dispassionately. I will be surprised if the contrary was the result. Why? Because the witnesses Dino brought, who were the agent of PDP, they came to the court. 70 of them said the election was free and fair. Only Dino himself who said he was a spirit that was everywhere throughout the election. Okay? The other man said he was able to cover 50 polling units on the day of the election. You know, so what do you expect? For us in the APC, we are happy that we have judges who look at issues dispassionately. You don't have to be a judge to have common sense. When two people are fighting and you ask them to state their case, you know who is speaking the truth and who is lying. Okay, if Dino said the election was not free and fair, go and bring fact. He brought people, 71 of them. 70 of them said the election was free and fair. So what case? Where is the case? If the election was not free and fair, they would have said so. What I told them was, if you have, since you are all of you are coming, come and speak the truth in the court. If you don't speak the truth, when you are going back, COVID-19 will follow you back home. So maybe that scared some of them. They spoke the truth that the election was free and fair. So I think that we are happy that the election was confirmed by PDP agent that it was free and fair. So what do you want us to say? We are in the APC. When our opponents came with witnesses and those witnesses said the election was free and fair. If the election was free and fair, why were they in court? The judges said they came to court to waste their time. That was the judges said. 3 of them said it was waste of time to have brought the petition. Because the people you brought to testify said the election was free and fair. Case closed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will start by saying that I never expected justice at this level in the tribunal. I never expected justice. But I want to assure you that we are going to the Court of Appeal, and I believe by the grace of God, we will get justice at the higher court. I mean, the blind, the deaf, all Nigerians knew exactly what happened in Kogi State. So this judgment definitely did not represent what happened and transpired during the elections. And I want to believe that we will get justice at the higher court. And my clarion call is on all my supporters to be peaceful, to accept the judgment, and believe that we shall laugh last. The judgment by smart Adeyemi is temporal and evaporative. And I can assure you that victory will be ours. We are not ruffled, we are not perturbed. That's why I'm Dino Melaye. People don't call me Dino for nothing. And I assure you that we shall laugh at last. Yep.
Well, today was the judgment between Melaye and Dino versus Smart M. Adeyemi and 2 others. And the court, after going through the records of witnesses that came before it and all the written address filed by counsels, found that the petition was not proved by credible witnesses and therefore dismissed the petition. So what the court has confirmed, the court affirmed the return of Senator Smart Adeyemi as the Kogi West Senatorial District Senator representing the good people of Kogi West. And the court also, in their wisdom, said that the petition is fall short of proof required under our electoral jurisprudence. And so that has put an end to the petition at the tribunal stage. We thank all the media, the court, and all the public generally for the attention, because I know one of those cases that have proved tough in the annals of our electoral jurisprudence have been laid to rest. So today we have made the coffin and has been buried. Thank you. My name is Dr. Adeyemi Oladapo. Adekunle Oladapo Otitoju. Thank you.